Getting the camera set up took literally so long. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be very exciting because we are going to be doing my reading journal setup for 2024. Look at these washi tapes. I got them in Charlotte a couple weekends ago, and I've literally never owned washi tape before, but I think these are so freaking adorable and cute. I'm really excited to incorporate those today. I also got some new pieces of paper that I'm excited to use, as well as some full-size paper that is colored and kind of has this watercolor type look to it. So I'm planning to use those. Let's just get started. And my goal for this year is to really just have like less expectations for this journal. I want to use more stickers and more washi tape and more construction paper, and even, you know, print out pictures and things and just make it less perfect. I get really bogged down on like wanting it to be the most perfect thing ever, and then I get really stressed out and I actually don't find it to be as calming as it could be, or I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so much I need to do or whatever. And so instead I want to just take those expectations off myself, just try and be creative with it and really see what that looks like for a bullet journal. So for my final walkthrough, this is my title page. I wanted to make it very simple, but I'm trying to use more construction paper and things and the washi tape to like make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. So then you go to my January monthly spread. I'm gonna hope to do this for like every month. In the past, I'll insert some pictures, but I was doing my monthly spreads like extremely in depth, and they were taking me like hours to finish, and it was like honestly stressing me out. And sometimes I wouldn't do them until the end of the month, so they weren't even a functional calendar. So I'm gonna try and do this. It's like super quick, easy. I just did it with pencil. I didn't even like use a ruler or anything, and I'm gonna use this for my videos. So like different videos I'm gonna post, different video ideas, things like that. So that's what I did for January. Then moving on to my series tracker. So these are some series that I have started and would like to continue. Lore Olympus, I've read the first 3. I actually have the 4th and 5th volumes from the library right now, so I'm going to be reading those fairly soon, probably in the next week. And then the 5th book is coming out this year in May. I'm super excited. 4th Wing. I freaking love this book. I read it last year and it was so good, and I got Iron Flame, but I have not read it yet, so I'm gonna read that. The Inheritance Games, I read that trilogy last year. There's a 4th book that's not really a part of the trilogy, but a part of the trilogy, so I'm gonna read that one. I already have it. For the Knock 'em Out series, I got these from my best friend Verity. She let me borrow the books, and although they are not my favorite, they're a little bit cheesy, like over-the-top romance. But the 3rd book is about characters that I'm super excited to hear about their story. So we've been getting hints about what is their deal and why they like hate each other, or they have some tension going for a while. So I'm excited to read that last book. Throne of Glass. Now, I feel like I should just finish it because everybody tells me it's like the greatest thing to ever live, and I feel like I can't make an informed decision by only reading the first 3 books. Were they good? Yeah. Were they the best things I've ever read? No. Was the 4th book extremely hard to get through? Yes. Was the 4th book like multiple people's favorite books? Yes. So I need to just read it. And Ember in the Ashes, I'm obsessed with this book series. I actually met the author and have signed book posters in my room. I don't know if you've noticed them in past videos, but they're behind my door. I actually have a signed 2nd book, but I have never read the rest of the series, and I just found out that the Waverns and Words book club, which is Katie is reading from YouTube's book club, they're reading it for the next 4 months, January through April. So I am really excited. I think I'm gonna join that little book club thing in their Discord server and go along with that series with them. Very excited to pick up this series again. I remember absolutely loving it when I was reading it the first time, and then I think when I was reading it there was only 2 books, so the fact that there's 4 books out now, I'm so excited for. Then finally, the Illuminae Files. I loved this book. Illuminae was one of my top books of 2021 or 2022. I even have the 3rd book and I just never read it, so I need to finish that. Moving on to my 2024 TBR. I've got a lot of books here. I kind of started like organizing them by genre, and then I had way too many fantasies. So this first box is my romance section. So I want to read mostly Emily Henry and Allie Hazelwood. I really enjoyed Allie Hazelwood's book last year. I gave it 5 stars, and I have heard amazing things about Emily Henry. So I'm planning to read Happy Place and Love Theoretically. I have both of those books actually from the library right now, so I'll be reading those very shortly. And then Book Lovers, my friend Alina just read this book, said it was amazing, I would love it, so I'm definitely going to read that. I did read the synopsis, and it takes place in the summer, so I feel like I should wait at least till the spring to read it. Then I have Check and Mate by Allie Hazelwood. It's about chess and it's a romance, and I think it'll be really cute. I have way more like books that I want to read that are on my TBR, but these are just the main ones that I have right now. The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I have heard amazing things by Katie is reading, so I'm definitely going to read that book. I also have Brandon Sanderson and Patrick Rothfuss on here because they've been on my TBR for literally years, and I need to just be an adult and pick up an adult fantasy book. I mean, what is going on with me? Then I have The Serpent and the Wings of Night and Zodiac Academy. Those are just some good fantasy books that I've heard a lot about. Moving on to this one is kind of a hodgepodge, but mostly fantasy. I've got Red Rising, which is a sci-fi book series. I think there's like 5 or 6 books in that series, and I've heard amazing things and I really want to try it out. Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I literally need to watch that movie immediately, so this is like the book that I need to read like first. I probably won't because I've been putting it off. I don't know, I've read 8 pages of it and I just can't pick it back up, but I really want to watch the movie, so I need to finish reading it. Then I have From Blood and Ash. I've just heard good things about that. Divine Rivals actually won the Goodreads 2023 Young Adult Fantasy, so yeah, I will be reading that immediately. And then The Cruel Prince, I just have heard amazing good things. Moving on, so I'm gonna put these 2 pages together. This page I'm gonna do like a whole reading spread with all my books, like a little mini library. I did it last year and it was my favorite page to look at in my whole reading journal. This one, I'm gonna do this again here, but this just took like a whole 2 hours at least to make, so that is gonna be a journey for another day, but it's gonna happen. So then once I'm finished with this one, I'm gonna tape this page on, but this is just my 2024 reading goals. As I've kind of said before, I want to read more fantasy. This year, I kind of wrote about it here, but I got influenced by a lot of booktubers and they all were really into romance, and so I read a lot of romance this past year, and honestly, I don't like romance that much. I have never really read it that much in the past, mostly just like on Wattpad and stuff, but never just like a real like published romance books, and they're not good. I don't know, they're so boring to me and I don't enjoy reading them that much, and so I'm like, why am I reading so much romance and no fantasy when I know tried and true I'm obsessed with fantasy novels? So this year I'm gonna try and read more fantasy, more high fantasy, more adult fantasy, and really just read what I want to read, you know what I mean? I don't know why I haven't been doing that, but I need to get back into it. Every single year I try to read one classical book. I'm saying I'm gonna read 50 books because this year I read 57 books. I don't know, normally I set my Goodreads goal to 25, so we'll see if I set it to 25 or to 50, but yeah. I want to keep up with my journal more, and I want to be okay with imperfections. That is my big thing. I get like stressed making my journal because everything has to be perfect, and it's like, it's okay if it's not perfect. Like, this is supposed to be a fun thing for stress relieving, not stress inducing. So I'm gonna try and keep up with that and do like monthly things like this. I saw Katie's Reading do this in her journal setup or journal flip through for 2023, I don't remember, but I thought it was so clever. So I'm gonna do like each month I'm gonna try and find a favorite book, my least favorite book, pages read, and books read, and then I might make like a little blurb like, this was a good romance reading month, or, you know, really liked this or whatever at the bottom. So I'm really gonna try and do that. I'm gonna try and keep up with the Waverns and Words book club, which, like I've already previously said, the first 4 months is gonna be the Ember and the Ashes series, so I'm super excited to read that. I don't know, I've never really used Discord or any like online platform for a book club, so I'm curious and interested to see how it goes. And I'm thinking with the Discord, I can also respond / like have my input as well. It's like more interactive than like a YouTube video or something. So I'm excited to see how it goes. And then I really just want to reorganize and go through my bookshelf. I have a lot of books from like middle school and high school and stuff that I've read and don't necessarily need to keep anymore. And then I just really like what I did with the washi tape here for this spread. And then moving on, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this page yet, but last year I did a monthly tracker and it was my favorite part of my journal, so I wanted to do that this year again. I hope that you enjoyed my 2024 reading journal setup video. Let me know in the comments below what is your favorite spread, and if you guys are going to be doing a reading journal this year or any type of journal. I will see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.
Heard it from a friend, she was in our bed.